Star Wars is stupid. It came out when I was exactly the right age to care, and I just couldn't, just not into it. I was like, all right, so let me get this straight. The bad guy is literally black and he's wearing a cape. Okay, Joseph Campbell, thanks. I couldn't have figured that one out. I'm like, what do you think, I'm a fucking idiot? And then Christmas rolls around and everybody's buying me Star Wars stuff because they think that's what a kid wants. I'm like, and I ended up with all the good shit and I didn't care. My friends are like, oh man, Peckman's got a lightsaber. And I'm like, you want it? Like, I don't care about any of this. It's like, so the damsel in distress that you're trying to rescue through the whole movie is literally wearing white. Come on. I mean, I hung in there for a while. And then on the third one, when the Muppets showed up, I was like, yes, I'm out.
This is Comedians in Cars by Themselves.
Another quick superhero thought. What if Captain Marvel sneezed when he was in the middle of saying Shazam? Shazam! And he comes out deformed, like with an arm growing out of his stomach or something. And then he could never sneeze the exact same way twice. So he could never get back to the way he was. And that's the end of Captain Marvel. Almighty Isis. What if she misread the papyrus and spent her whole lifetime standing there going, Almighty is. Why isn't this working? Why isn't it working? You ever be on an airplane and you see a fly buzzing around in the cabin? I'm always like, man, that poor motherfucker. It's like, can you imagine you just kind of, you think you smell a turd, so you just kind of float in. You're like, oh, this is cool. There's kind of food around and people. And then you fly out of the plane and you're like, where am I? You end up in a foreign land. You have no idea about anything at all. You're like, oh, great. I don't know where I am. They don't speak the same language. I got a house full of maggots at home wondering where their dad is. If I don't find a piece of shit in an hour, I'm going to starve to death. Going up to other flies and you're trying to say, no, listen, I need to find a pile of shit. Do you understand? Pile of, nah, never mind. You know what I mean? Flies on a plane. Flies on a plane. Since I did a few of these, I have, people that I know, friends are just like, hey, do you stay up all night and think of this stuff? It's like, no, I'm quick-witted. That's the whole point. It's a comedy bit. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Enjoy yourself. You'll live longer. For real, do you go to a comedy club? When the comedian's doing his bit, do you just yell out, hey man, will you stay up all night and think of this shit?
This was Comedians in Cars by Themselves.
So I was looking back real quick at the footage, and I'm afraid that I might have had a booger. I apologize. I should have remembered to pick my nose for the gig.